All right. I think we're all good to go.
Did you test mine?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I tested yours before. I just muted you. All right. I'm just kidding. So you came here from Australia. You guys kind of knew each other beforehand, right? Cam and Joey, you guys knew each other prior to meeting up and starting this, or no?
Yeah. I mean, we all went to like the same high school, so Joey and I are actually best mates.
Oh,
growing
wow.
up in high school, so we've been friends probably for like 10 years now, I reckon.
Oh,
So,
wow.
And
yeah,
then
feeling old. But, yeah.
And then you guys all formed a band. Did you go to the same high school as them?
Yeah, I was like a year younger than them, so I wasn't like best mates. They were like best mates first, and then I was like the new addition. But yeah, now we've become like all best mates. But yeah,
That's great.
We
like a little family.
yeah.
Nice.
I was like a little bit younger, and then they were like, "Oh, you can sing, so like come and join us." And I was like, "Sure."
Were you all in chorus or choir or whatever they call it?
I guess we all just like were in the musical like groups in school and stuff, and yeah, we like knew of each other and just ended up making our way into GLADES. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, okay, but you all then, if you all went to the same high school, you all kind of grew up in the same area then. And
Yeah.
tell me about where you guys grew up.
We grew up in the Hills district of Sydney.
Okay.
It's a very quiet area,
Yeah.
and everything closes at like 6 p.m.
Really?
Yeah.
It's very family
About
friendly.
45 minutes away from the city itself.
Okay. So is it like a suburb?
Yeah,
or,
Yeah,
it's
it's
okay.
like suburbs, yeah.
And they close everything down at 6?
Well,
Or
I feel
just
like it's
being
an
sarcastic.
exaggeration,
Okay.
but that's what it feels like.
Okay.
It's like you're like it's a Saturday night and you're like, what can we do? We should hang out, and there's just nothing.
Nothing going on?
Yeah, there's nothing.
You form a band, and then
That's right. Yeah.
Is that what maybe sparked like that? It's recreational and
Actually,
Something to
maybe.
do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably. Because I guess, yeah, there wasn't heaps to do, and we were kind of far away from the city. So, and yeah, we were all kind of just like, what's something else that we can do? I guess.
Yeah. So how did you start singing? Getting into music.
I don't really know. I kind of just always liked singing. I never really had lessons or anything growing up. And
Oh, wow.
I like a little bit more as we started to like do more with GLADES and stuff, but I don't know. I kind of just like fell into that. I don't really know. Just like ended up liking it and singing at school and stuff. And then I guess that's how they knew that I sang, and then yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then kind of GLADES happened, and it was like, oh, well, I guess I sing now. Like, yeah.
I guess I'm the singer of this huge band now, I guess.
I remember the first time I heard you sing was at a music performance night. It's like year 11.
Yeah.
She played and sung In Your Atmosphere by John Mayer.
Oh,
And I was
wow.
just like, wow.
Aww.
Oh.
This is really
Stop
good.
it.
And were you guys already friends at that time, and then you just heard her sing for the first time?
Were we friends? I don't know.
I feel like we weren't like super close,
Yeah.
but
Just knew of each other.
Yeah.
I'd say.
and then we ended up just becoming best friends.
So
Yeah.
Cam and Joe, you guys knew each other early on.
Yep.
And did you like live near each other? How did you first, meet up or
Same class
Yeah, same
or-
I
class.
think we were in the same class
We
for
were in
a
the same
few
class,
years,
yes.
but I never really talked to you.
Yeah.
Because we were in different circles.
We were definitely in different.
You were very...
What
We're
kind
very
of
different
circles
people.
was
what's
Cam
it-
in?
Yeah.
I was kind of in the sporty kind of crew
Okay.
that hung out on the Oval all the time and played sport at lunch.
That's
And-
the antithesis of me.
But yeah, I remember. I think we had this when we started doing music around year 10 in high school, year 9 or 10.
Yeah, like year 9.
I think it was year 9.
Yeah,
Yeah. We were in the same music class, and then we were just kind of became friends after that.
Okay.
What's in your music class? Is that singing and instruments, or just like music theory, or?
It's a bit of everything.
Huh.
Yeah, a bit
That's
of
cool.
everything.
We don't have that here. It's like
Not
you either play
really.
an instrument or
Yeah.
you're in chorus.
You're either in the school band or you're in the school
Yeah,
like,
you were
choir.
saying chorus, and I was like, I don't know what chorus
Like
is.
choir?
Oh, okay,
Choir,
yeah.
Yeah.
So here
yeah.
we call it chorus. I don't.
But
yeah.
it depends on like where you go. Like,
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
all
Right.
different. But
We had like school musicals at our school and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if we had like a choir, but like I tried out for our school musical at our school, and I didn't make it in.
Really?
Yeah.
So fresh for Karina.
Yeah, I know, it's so fresh for me. But I feel like I was probably too shy or something. But yeah, still a sore spot. No.
You should go back and hand them your record.
Yeah.
So how did you get into music then, Cam? What was the first instrument you picked up?
I actually started playing brass instruments when I was in primary school. So I was probably about 9 or 10.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so I grew up playing brass instruments, and then it wasn't until around year 9 at school, so I was 16, and started picking up the guitar.
Okay.
And that kind of was like the starting point of what we're doing now for me.
Okay.
And then, I guess a few years later, I just started making beats in my bedroom, and then, that's kind of how I got into music production. So.
Oh, okay. So why did you go with the brass instruments? What drew you to that?
My dad was a trumpet player.
Okay.
And so I guess from a young age, I was around brass instruments, and then he played in like brass bands growing up as a kid, and then, so I guess that's what drew me to it.
So
and then I guess I joined the primary school band, which a lot of people do at that age.
Yeah.
I continued to love it for ages, and then,
So you'd go when you were younger and watch your dad play and stuff? Like, did you get to go to his gigs, or?
Not really, actually. It was kind of a thing where I started, when he got me into playing brass instruments, he kind of started, I guess he would start bringing me along to like band practice and stuff, and then I guess I got to a certain age where I was able to play in the bands myself, and then, so I just joined my dad with that, so yeah.
Okay.
That's
Very cool. Very,
Yeah.
very cool. And what about you, Joey? How did you start playing music?
I started playing piano when I was 4, and my parents forced
wow.
me to play.
Oh,
So
really?
like anything your parents tell you
Yeah.
to do at that age, you're like, I don't want to do that.
Right, of
So I
course.
hated it. So I played it for 2 years and I stopped, and I didn't really do much with music until year 8 maybe.
Okay.
Year 7, year 8. And then I got a classical guitar and Guitar Hero for my birthday.
Oh,
Oh, there you go.
So I actually think Guitar Hero helped in my musical journey.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, guitar was my
Like
main
muscle
instrument
memory.
yeah, it really
No,
helps with alternate picking.
It does. It's crazy.
Yeah, and then guitar is my main thing for a while,
Mm-hmm.
and it's come full circle now, playing keys and glades, which is cool.
Yeah, that is amazing. So you still remember some of the pieces that you learned as when you were younger, or you
I
just
have
had
no
to kind of
idea.
like relearn it? When you
I-
picked up playing keys for Glades, did you have to like pretty much relearn
guess-
playing piano?
I was never really that good.
Oh, okay.
I know enough to get by.
Sure.
I know enough to make people think I know how to play.
So is it? Do you?
He knows
do you
how to
just
play.
like?
I'm sure he
compose it
does.
He's
by
humble.
ear.
Yeah, I can't really read music still. Like I can read music, but if I have sheet music in front of me, I need to write out the notes.
Me too.
Beforehand.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess that's what made my ear better, because I had to rely on that more rather than reading the music.
Yeah.
So that worked out in some ways.
What about like YouTube and stuff? Did you ever use
YouTube?
that to like?
So when I started playing guitar, I had a chromatic tuner, and I would put it next to the speaker, and sometimes
Oh.
it worked.
So
and
you'd see
sometimes
what
it was
key they're
really
in?
wrong.
The
Yeah, the
songs?
keys, see what like the chords are.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really work.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then eventually I figured out how to learn things by ear. and
Okay.
put a capo on and all
Yeah.
that stuff.
That's awesome. And then you guys started writing music together, correct? First?
Correct.
And how did that form? You just were in that music class together and then just said, "Hey, let's."
Yeah, basically.
Jam
I mean,
after
right
school
in
or
my
something?
in my last year of high school, that was when I started doing music production and songwriting and that whole kind of thing. And then
Were you producing for other people? Or?
not at that point.
Okay.
I was kind of just doing my own stuff and then just learning how to use Logic. And,
Yeah, sure.
Learn how to record a guitar, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then, I guess it was my first year out of high school. I did an internship in music production, and then it was either that or like I'd go study music somewhere.
Okay.
And then, but I just couldn't see myself studying. Like all through school, I hated it, and then I hated the studying side of school at least. So I couldn't see myself doing that straight away after I finished school for like 12 years. So I just did an internship in music production, and then that is definitely what kind of inspired me to like want to do this. And then yeah, and then Joey, I think you started like the year after I started, and then I guess it was that year we just started writing songs together, and then we ended up doing some weird friend projects and stuff that just to kind of start music production, I guess, for other people. But we just didn't love doing that, and because we were writing our own music at the time, we just fell in love with doing that instead of doing it for other people.
For other people,
Definitely.
We just wanted to write music that we were proud of and happy for, I guess. So, yeah.
So you guys had some songs together, and then how did you all kind of come together then? How did that work?
I was driving Karina home from a party one time, and then me and Joey had this discussion that we were like, oh, should we just do our own stuff? And then, but we're like, oh, we probably will need a singer because neither of us, I mean, we sing, but like, we don't have the voice of Karina.
Right.
So, yeah, one night I was just driving Karina home from a party, and I was like, hey, do you want to be in a band with Joey and I? And then she was like, yeah, I do. It was like, sweet, cool. And then we wrote I think our first song together like that weekend. And
wow.
Yeah, we kind of had like a really good chemistry together from the start.
From the start.
So,
I like around that time, I remember I really wanted to like start, you know, like getting into music and like writing and stuff. And I was going around like asking some of my friends, I'm like, oh guys, can we like, do you guys want to write? Do you want to start like a band or something? But no one wanted to. And then like these guys.
What thought is this?
No, I asked a few of my friends
Yeah.
and like no one was interested. And I was like a little bit devastated. But then Cam asked me and I was like, yeah, I've been wanting to do this for so long.
Wow.
But like it never like worked. But these guys, like, I was like, I didn't really know where to start with like writing a song, and these guys had been doing it for a while already, and it was the perfect way to like get into all of that.
Yeah. So this GLADES is essentially your first band.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really awesome.
Yeah.
What? That's crazy how the world works. Like you really wanted to sing,
put it
and
out
then
there,
and
like,
they
hey.
were like, "Hey, do you want to join our band?"
Yeah. It was like
Crazy
perfect timing. Yeah.
Yeah. So the first that song that you guys
sync here.
right.
I can't believe I never said that.
You never told
I
us
didn't
that.
realize.
Maybe we need to do more camera interviews.
Yeah, I know. Things
tell us
come
truth
out.
comes
Welcome
out.
here anytime.
Yeah, come back anytime. So you said you wrote your first song together that same weekend that you drove her home? Oh my gosh.
That
Okay.
weekend. I
Yeah, it
didn't
was
even
either
realize.
at least that weekend or the
Yeah.
weekend after.
Really?
Really,
So
really,
it's really quick?
Really
Yeah.
quick.
Lock her in.
Did Katrina, did you have lyrics then? Or did you just come in blank
kind of-
sheet and just said, okay,
Yeah.
let's do this?
With everything that we do, we like write everything together, like the lyrics, melody. It's like all three of us. It's kind of like an open.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, writing vibe. So yeah.
So you just come in and you're like, okay, let's see what we can kind of come up with here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the first song that we did, we were really surprised on like how it sounded at the end. We were like, whoa, this
Now,
is
but like
worked out.
we listen back to it now, and it's like, oh, like, wow. But then like at the time, we were like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
This is yeah.
Do you still play that song at all, or is that just retired?
No, we retired it a while ago.
Yeah, not
Still-
YouTube anywhere.
Yeah, it's still on streaming services and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice. Oh, well, then I've probably heard it because I don't ever skip a song of yours. Like,
Well, thank you.
Love it. Yeah.
It was a song called "Falling Away."
Falling away.
That was our
Black
first
and white
release.
artwork.
So
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the first song we ever wrote together. Like we released it, which is
Oh,
kind
wow.
of crazy.
released
to
by
say.
accident as well.
Yeah.
We
On
didn't mean to
SoundCloud
release
or-
it.
How did that happen?
So we end up entering like a competition. We have a hometown radio station called Triple J. So
Okay.
They have an unsigned portion of that radio
Yeah, like a
station.
show, like
yeah,
that,
where you
yeah,
can
yeah.
upload your music and it kind of gets heard by people. But we didn't know that it gets heard by people, and we ended up just entering the competition to see if we could play at a festival, which in hindsight we have never even
Like there's
played
no way that would
together.
have worked.
One
Like,
song.
Yeah.
We weren't gonna be ready for it.
We'd only written the one song as well. Like there was no way that was gonna work.
Anyway, it ended up getting like blogged about and stuff, and we were like waking up to all these emails, and we were just
Really?
Yeah,
So
people
you
like kinda
so you
like-
once you put that song into that radio station's like database or whatever, somebody a blogger found it.
Yeah,
a
Hilly
blog
Dilly
called
from
Hilly Dilly.
Canada, which blew our minds because we're in Australia.
Yeah. So you went to sleep, wake up in the morning, and your stuff's going crazy.
Yeah, and it wasn't officially out on Spotify or iTunes. We didn't even have our artist pages up or anything like that.
Did you even have a band name yet?
I'm pretty sure we
did.
thought of it the week before.
Yeah.
We
That's
did that.
awesome.
And then
It was lucky because we
so
were
lucky.
so unprepared in every other area.
But you had a song, and it was obviously good. If somebody picked it up, and then this buzz begins. So from there, then what happened?
Oh, wow.
What happened?
What happened? So, I mean,
Guys.
we... Yeah, I guess we woke up to like quite a few different emails, and then I think we end up having to put it on SoundCloud, and we tried to get it on Spotify as well, but that took a while.
Okay.
But yeah, it just started like going a little bit viral on SoundCloud, and then it definitely got some traction, and then
And then we like kept writing and stuff. And the second song that we released, like we had people like tweeting at us and stuff, which is kind of cool.
Wow, yeah.
Like in other countries, and we just didn't realize that something that we were like creating in one of like Cam's spare rooms in his house would like end up, people would be listening in like another country and like tweeting at us and stuff. It was so crazy. And then we had someone message us from wait, where's John from?
He's from America.
He's from America.
Yeah.
Where I don't know where
LA.
about LA.
Ah.
And then he like helped us to get our songs on New Music Friday on Spotify. That was like the
Wow.
second song that we'd released, and then we found it like just on New Music Friday, and we were like, this is so crazy.
That's amazing.
Second song in.
this is back when New Music Friday probably only had about 150 to 200,000 followers on it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, quite a while ago now.
Yeah. And that was the second thing you guys have done together.
The second song we'd released, and John, our friend, Garati, he messaged us on Twitter, and he was like, I love what you guys do. Like, I'm just going to like help you guys out and see a song, and you guys will see a song on New Music Friday. And then we just like saw it there, and we were like, how is this happening?
Oh
like,
my God.
yeah, like, who are you? How have you done this?
That gives me
It was
goosebumps.
awesome.
That's so awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was so crazy. we were just like sitting in Cam's house, just like on our phones, like, how is this like all unfolding? It was it was cool.
Wow. And then from there, were people contacting you, trying to get you to like manage you or sign you, or how did that all kind of come together?
Thankfully, we actually had management pretty much after our first song release.
When the buzz started going?
Yeah, and they've been the best. And then like...
So how did they contact you from the bloggers and stuff? It's like, how did
this
that
is
happen?
another interesting
This
story.
is the crazy story. So, like, when I was in high school, I was part of, like, a small project. I sang on a song that got released. And one of my PE teachers, like, physical education, she is friends with one of the guys on our management. And she sent that song, like, the first song that I did when I was like in year 11 in high school.
Oh,
and
wow.
she was like, oh, you need to like be aware of like this is happening. And then nothing really happened out of that because it was just one song and it wasn't really like, but then we started this project and they ended up liking what we were doing, and then it was so weird. Like out of my PE teacher, like
Wow,
trying
yeah,
to
it's
like
amazing.
message
Not even like a
about-
music teacher or anything.
Yeah,
it's like
not
the
even.
physical education
Yeah.
teacher.
It was
So I
so
guess we
random.
end up getting in contact with our management first. So
Yeah.
Did you guys know? Well, if you all went to the same school, did you guys know the PE teacher as well?
Yeah.
So were they? She's like, oh, these are some people from our school.
we were
like-
all out of school when,
Oh, okay.
when
Oh,
we actually
I must
reached
have-
out.
I must have
So-
been, So I
was a while
was in
ago.
year 12 maybe, and then we all graduated and started GLADES, and then I messaged about, our management. Messaged my PE teacher.
Oh, that's
So-
I
awesome.
remember you
Yeah.
had that email somewhere. I was like, Karina, you need to find that email
I
now.
know. I was
Yeah.
like, is this weird to like message my PE teacher? I feel like I didn't fully realize that like it was important. I was like, But anyway, I'm glad I did because
We all love to our high school, apparently.
yeah, right.
wow.
I want-
Wouldn't have met each other. Wouldn't have found our management.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out William Clark College.
So they call high school college over there?
I think it's just the name of the high school, but I think it's just sounds fancy. Or
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like how they call schools here academies sometimes.
Oh yeah.
Probably,
To
yeah.
make it
Yes.
make it sound like it's way more
Yeah.
important than it really is.
Yeah.
Well, it sounded like you guys had a great school though, and awesome support network and music class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So from there, you had management on that first song, and then when did the choice of On cover happen? Was that after you had already released some stuff?
Yeah,
or?
that was after Falling Away. I remember
So that-
he's actually I think we released the Choice of On cover after that. I want to say it was after that. I remember his EP came out, and then we all just loved the song Fools, and then we were like, let's do a cover of this and kind of make it how we would have done it. And, just put it up on SoundCloud, and then he found it and tweeted about it.
Yeah, because he gave like a nod to you guys, right?
Yeah.
That was the
Really-
craziest thing because Cam was at a cafe. I was just lying in bed, sleeping in.
It's like, bro, check your phone.
Yeah, I was like, "Check your phone." SoundCloud's going crazy. And I was like, what? I was like, no way. And then I looked at Twitter because I had a feeling, and then saw a Choice of On tweeted.
Wow.
We all screamed on the phone.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Love him.
Yeah.
Still love him so much.
The next thing after that second song,
Yeah.
you put out the Choice of On cover, or you had
I
or like
think
around
so.
roughly around the
It
same
was-
time.
I mean, Falling Away, the Choice of On cover, and our second single, which was called Her. It was all around like
The same
that
time
couple
period.
month time period.
And then after that, third song, Drive,
Yeah.
which
Drive is the song for us that
Really
changed
yeah.
the game for us, and it was we were all at uni and all at working jobs. I was teaching music, teaching guitar, and you can share your job.
I was a waitress at a Chinese restaurant.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, and that's the only job that I've had besides Glades.
Oh, really? That was
Yeah.
your first job?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh man.
What were you up to, Joey, when that happened?
I was in uni. I was
Okay.
studying psychology and music.
Oh.
I was flipping burgers at a restaurant. I was teaching guitar.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we went from basically able to go from doing all that in 2 months later after we released Drive, just completely quit our jobs
And just pursuing music.
play music, which is for us it's still the craziest feeling that we get to do.
Yeah.
I feel incredibly blessed.
This
to be
is
able
our
to do
job
it.
right now.
Um,
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
San Diego.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
But it kind of just blows our mind that what we were kind of just doing in our bedroom and just kind of gets the reaction it did.
people
It's
reacted
just,
to it.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about Drive then. So that was just another single that you guys put out, and then it just went crazy.
Yeah.
I think we were kind of writing all these like sad songs and breakup songs, and then I was like, well guys, like why don't we just write a love song? And then we just like went into the home studio, I guess, and wrote Drive, and we never really like realized that it was gonna go the way that it did. We kind of just were like, oh, like we like this song, but we didn't think that it would connect the way that it had, and it just I don't know. What are you gonna say something?
Our management were like, this is a really special song, but I guess for us, we were like, really, this song? But yeah, I guess we just we were just like, oh, let's put it out, and then it's going to be the next one. And then our publicist, so the guy that tweeted our second song to get on New Music Friday, he was kind of on board with it. So our team was really, really small at that point, still like independent. And then, we just put it out as like another single release. We're like, hey, got a new song
got a
coming
new
out.
song
And
coming
then
out.
We just watch it get like added to all these different playlists on Spotify, and then it was also at the same time like when blogs and music blogs were like a big thing, and then that's the way that people found new music. So it was going kind of crazy on like, Hype Machine back then, as well as on SoundCloud, and then we were just watching the numbers go up, and we're just like, oh my gosh, how is like this happening? So
because that has millions and millions, and
I think it's like 40 million streams
Yeah,
out.
it's insane.
Which still is like a number that we're like, whoa, like can't believe
40 million times somebody like that song has been played.
Can't even like comprehend how many times like
That's like
how
double
long.
Australia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
yeah.
That's
So
that's insane.
That song definitely changed our lives.
Yeah. And from there, had you guys played live at this point when Drive came out, or when was your first show?
I think our first show was before Drive. We played at my uni bar, actually. Our friend put on a showcase.
So that was your first show?
That was our first show, and it was terrible.
It was rough.
We invited people from like labels too, and we should have done it.
Oh my gosh.
Did people, so people didn't show up, the
They
labels?
did.
Oh, they did?
Well, they
That's
said we were
nice.
good, but
But we know. We really know.
we've come a long way since then, I hope.
Yeah.
And we had like our parents like in a group standing in the corner, and then it's like, so yeah, it was a fun show. But yeah,
Are your parents friends as well? Or
Yeah.
through this?
Do this, yeah.
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 I guess they like sit together at shows and groups and stuff.
Yeah.
Like cute little like family section. But yeah.
Were you just playing a lot in Sydney and stuff? Like where?
We ended up doing a couple of secret shows under a band name that was not our actual band name. Actually, I think we were just like secret act or something like that.
Oh, wow.
To get some practice.
Kind of get your feet wet.
Yeah, basically just to get some practice and find out how to
And by
play as
like
a live band.
by secret shows, they were like they were not good. They were just like in like the like I don't know.
We were in like
supporting
random
bands.
bars.
Random bars and like there was like
Pubs.
10 people there and it was
All
like
of them are friends.
yeah, everyone was a friend that
Nice.
we'd invited. It was like yeah.
So some people knew that you
Those are
guys were
good
doing
friends.
the shows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was really good practice. Like that
Yeah.
that definitely helped us and made us realize how much I guess potential we had, but how far we still had to go.
Yeah.
Right.
Even just to like get a feel for how to like carry yourself in front of a crowd, it was really good practice because you never really like get an opportunity to do that. So like these secret shows were a chance for us to like figure out how we were gonna like even our setup. We had like you guys had I think you were playing electric as well as like you had a Moog and a like other keyboards and stuff, and we realized
Wow.
it was like way too much gear and we were
Yeah.
like we need to like change our setup, figure out how we're gonna but yeah, it was helping us to like figure out how the setup was and how we wanted to carry ourselves, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
We did a couple of support tours after that. After we kind of did those shows and kind of like found our feet a little bit.
Yeah.
We kind of felt we were ready to do a couple of support shows. So we ended up our first support tour was like just I think it was 2 shows. In Sydney and Melbourne, Australia, and then it was supporting an artist called Thompson, who's actually one of our like really good friends. And
That's cool.
yeah, and then that was really fun. And after that, I think we went straight to our own headline tour. After that, it was like
Wow.
a really small headline tour, just 3 cities in Australia, and yeah, and I guess that was because like Drive was kind of still doing its thing, and we just wanted to be able to play for our own
Sure.
fans that we potentially may have like accumulated over
Yeah.
the past year. I guess that 8-month period.
Mhm.
So, and then I guess
So
it's
that
all
was
gone
your-
from there, like
yeah.
actually building the team.
And is this prior to getting signed to a label?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're actually still independent
Okay.
here in the US
Yes.
and worldwide, and we didn't sign a label deal for I don't know like a couple of years after we released Drive, I think, or a year or so.
Your record "To Love Me" is independent.
Oh,
So our album "To Love You" is under a label in Australia, like Oceania region. We're under Warner, but rest of the world we're independent.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know how to answer that question simply. we're
There's
both.
red tape around there. Yeah. Okay, I see what you're
Australia
saying.
and Asia, Australia, New Zealand, Asia, we're signed, but then for the rest of the world, we're independent.
Huh.
Okay, so like when you came here and you're doing your tour here, is that all done through your management? Like, how did you?
Yeah, I mean we have a
booking
booking
agent,
agent.
yeah.
Oh, you
here
have a
in the
booking agent
States.
here, okay.
And so yeah, we kind of started. I guess they came along as part of the team around 2000, like the start of 2017. After
Okay.
we've kind of done our, support shows and stuff in Australia, and they were like, we would love to bring you out here and to kind of open you up to the market in the States, which is actually where a lot of our listeners were on Spotify and SoundCloud
wow,
and stuff.
yeah.
So it kind of made sense for us at the time, and so we've been with them since 2017. We've done like a couple of, this is our second support tour here since then. And
First time we were with the band called Arizona.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
who they
yeah.
are.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
my
then,
goodness.
And then this time, obviously, with Friendship.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Cool. Very
Two
cool.
really big bands. That's awesome.
What was your first show outside of Australia?
I think we played School Night in LA.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
around the start of mid 2017 was like we did that School Night show, and then we also flew over to New York in that same trip and did our own headline show at Baby's All Right in Brooklyn.
Okay.
And then we did one more support show in New York as well.
Oh, Ella Voss.
Ella Voss.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that was the first time you guys had played out of the country. Have you ever been here before to the United States?
I had never been here, and then I think the other guys had though.
Yeah, but definitely not
Just a
for
holiday.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, what was your reaction like when they told you, hey, you're going to go to the stage, you're going to play in Los Angeles? Is that like a huge deal for you guys?
We had talked about it so many times before. I was like, I'm not believing it until we touched down in LAX.
Yeah.
But we came here, we played, and it was the craziest feeling because people knew our songs like halfway across the world.
Yeah. I feel like that was almost when it like really hit, like that we're doing this, like it's not just like Australia where it's like, oh, people could know us through like friends of friends or something, but it's like, no, we're going to another country where like we've never met anyone there, like, and we're just gonna play a show and people are gonna show up, like.
Did you ever worry that you'd show up here or you'd get here and nobody would be there?
That 100%, and that's where I would say, like, if I met people after the show, I would just be like, thanks for showing up. Like, I didn't even know if anyone was going to, but yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Is that still a fear of your guys'? Like, I've talked to people where they said, like, you know, they know that they're probably going to sell it out or whatever, and they still have this fear that they're going to show up and no one's going to be there. Do you get that at all?
I feel like, probably.
You just never know.
There's a little
always-
bit of pressure being a headline act. But,
The single
Do Right.
Do Right.
Yeah.
That song blew up for you guys too.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'd been doing a lot of writing, like, just between the three of us, and I think we kind of hit a point where we realized, like, we need to just branch out and like get new inspiration and stuff. So we I'm not sure if it was that trip when we did like the school night and stuff, but we started like making trips to the US and like co-writing with other writers and just like seeing like new inspiration and stuff, and that's how we wrote Do Right with a writer called Amy Allen. She's like doing awesome things now. She like wrote that song with Halsey without me. Yeah. But she's like so awesome, and she was like really awesome to work with, and that's why. How long did it take to write Do Right? It was like
half an hour or
half
something.
an hour.
Oh my gosh.
It just happened so quickly and naturally, and then we kind of it was really good, like new inspiration and like new people just like to help us see like new sides of writing and new techniques and stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
And that's how Do Right came about, and I guess we knew when we finished the song, we were like, we know this one
It's
is
gonna
like
be a hit.
we need to be like very mindful of how we release this, because we knew at the end of that we were like, this one's gonna be good.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's the one that went gold over a year ago, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We went gold.
That's
Tell us about that. Yeah, I saw the photo on your Instagram of you guys are all holding the gold record. Like,
Well, we weren't signed to a label when we released Do Right, so we went gold independent.
wow.
And the funniest thing is when you get a plaque, normally you have a label, so the label presents it to you. You have a nice wall to take in front of, a photo in front of. But because we were independent, our management like carried the plaques to a cafe. We just found a random wall on the side of the street, just flashing our gold plaques.
Oh man.
Well, it's a good picture.
Yeah, it is. It is a good picture. And did you know that was coming, or did they just say, "Hey, can you meet us at this cafe"?
I think you asked.
Sorry?
I think you asked.
Yeah, I'm pretty like, I like seeing the numbers on things.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of a bit geeky about that. So I had a hunch that it was close to going gold at least. So
As far as sales go,
yeah, as far as
okay.
sales, and then I'm pretty sure I just asked our management, and they just got in contact with Aria, and then they're like, "Yep, it's gone gold." And
Wow.
we're like, sick.
Would you say that that's the most I don't know,
Surreal, like-
surreal experience of this whole Glades?
Definitely, yeah. I think there's just been so many just like points. Sorry, I said moments, but I was like moments, points, bit of both.
Sounds
anyway,
good.
where I guess it was kind of like how is this happening? Like how are we doing this? Like when Drive came out and we quit our jobs, and then like when Do Right came out and we got those plaques. These are like all moments, and then like coming overseas and stuff. It's just like we never realized when we were like just writing that first song that it could ever like end up like this, like end up on this scale. So yeah, there's been a lot of moments where it's like, oh, how is this happening? Yeah.
And like being in the music industry and like any creative field, I guess, it's really hard to quantify success.
Sure.
So I guess getting a gold plaque was like, you're on the right path. You're doing good. You're doing all right.
Yeah.
Kind of like reassurance
Yeah.
that what you're doing is
Yeah.
people are resonating with
Your
it.
parents are like, yeah, those piano lessons.
Yeah, those feels really paid off.
No, I feel like it was like, Mom, Dad, it's okay that we dropped out of uni. Like,
Yeah.
this gold plaque.
Yes.
Proof now.
There
Definitely.
is proof that it was
Yeah.
okay, that it worked out.
Were any of your parents kind of weary of you dropping out of school?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you have the conversation?
Yes.
Oh, I had many.
My parents are pretty supportive of it, which is really cool. I guess from the start they've just been like, you can kind of do what you want to do, and I was like, okay, cool.
Since your dad's a musician too.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
I guess that helped.
Yeah.
So he was probably really, really stoked when you were like, hey, we're going to the States, we're going to play.
Yeah,
like,
I think there was probably still a part of them that were like, you should maybe consider uni. But I was like, it's not for me. So
Yeah.
I was just like, okay, go for it. So you're
And
young,
Yeah, and you guys had a little bit more difficult time with your families.
I had at least 5 like hour-long conversations with my parents about it. Yeah. And then for the longest time, they kept asking like, when you're going back to uni, like, can't you do both? I was like, yeah.
Later, maybe. When I retire.
Yeah, I definitely understand it though, because it's not a safe career.
Sure.
Like if you go to uni or college, you get a degree, and you can get a job from that.
You
Whereas
can
with
kinda
music,
fall back
you
on it,
never
yeah.
really know.
And for me, it was like much the same. Like the long conversations. I remember like the first time that I spoke to my mom, it was like maybe like 11-ish. And I was like, I'll just like start the conversation, but like we'll all need to go to sleep, so it's fine. But then like
Right before you go to bed, Mom, I'm dropping out of school.
but then like we ended up talking to like 3 a.m. or something. I was like, this did not go the way that I thought it would. But I guess, yeah. For my mom, she was like the first person in her family to ever go to uni and graduate. And I think that was something that she wanted for me as well. And when I like told her that I wanted to sing and like that kind of thing, I guess she didn't think like, I guess that it could be a long-term career.
Sure.
So I guess, yeah, I get where my mom was coming from, because like Joey was saying about like, it's not a stable thing.
Yeah.
And, yeah. But she's actually, like my mom and my dad are actually really supportive now. But in the beginning, it was a long conversation.
And is it your mom or your dad that's Chinese?
My mom is Chinese, and then my dad is, he's from like, he's like, what's it called? Like, he's like very Australian.
Okay.
So like, I don't want to, like an Australian version of a redneck.
Okay.
I don't know if that's
Yeah.
bad to say.
No.
Yeah. That's what my dad is. Yeah.
Did your mom grow up in Australia as well?
She grew up in Brunei, and then she moved to Singapore for her middle school education. Then she went to Seattle for her university.
Wow.
Bro, Seattle, in Seattle, Washington, here in the States?
Yeah.
Wow.
And then she moved to Australia, met my dad, and then there's me. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Tara's half Filipino. And,
Well, I'm like,
she'll break it
yeah.
down to like.
I'd love to hear how this works.
So
It's so confusing. I don't even know.
my mom and her family, they grew up in Manila. And so
Oh, wait.
my mom moved here when she was 13. And so, like, I was raised with the Filipino culture all the way.
Her whole like
Yeah.
what are you, 13 kids.
Yeah,
in the family,
13 siblings.
And they're all
and
here
Wow.
in San Diego.
Yeah. So family parties are huge, lots of food, and that's why we wanted to feed you guys because like I can't,
Yes.
you know,
Food is so important to our culture.
yes, yeah. If I can't stuff someone full of food, then it makes me sad. So
San
yeah,
Diego.
So you're like halfy like me.
yes,
Yeah,
but.
exactly.
Yeah, my white family, my white side of the family lives in Chicago, so like I grew up, you know, just straight Filipino.
Nice.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good. That's why I was so excited. I was like, oh my gosh. Like, what ethnicity are you?
I'm Korean.
Full?
Yes.
And so this is just me being curious
Oh,
because
good.
I tried Googling. So was your family born and raised in Australia too, even though they're Filipino?
So my parents were both born in the Philippines. Mom's from Bulacan and dad's from Makati. And then they moved before I was born, and then I was born in Australia.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
Yeah.
That's cool. And were your parents born in Australia?
Yes, they were.
Sorry, I just wanted to know.
I was so
curious.
interested as well to find
Like
out all
people's
the,
culture and like where they come from and how they end up like who they are. It's cool.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I think something like kind of cool about us being like all Asian, I guess, is that we see a lot of like people like from similar backgrounds at our concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
And we had I forget who, but someone was saying like who would have guessed like a diverse band equals a diverse fan group.
That was Uppy.
Oh yeah, Uppy.
Yeah.
And it was kind of cool because I think we hadn't like fully thought about it, but it's like, oh, it's kind of true. Like where I guess you don't see a lot of like Asian bands.
Yeah,
you
where
don't.
everyone's Asian, and then I guess it's like it's cool because we could see that like reflecting in the people that are listening to our music as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's kind of cool to like see. It's like connecting with people, I guess, in a
Yeah.
way where it's like it's not like I don't know. It's not
No,
intentional, but it's just happening. And
Yeah.
It's cool. Yeah.
You guys are great role models, and
Yeah.
you
hope
show
we
that
try to
it can
be.
happen. Yeah.
Have you ever played in Asia before?
We actually just toured Asia like a couple months ago.
Yeah,
What countries?
February, March.
February, March. Yeah.
What countries did you guys play?
It was a lot. We started in Korea. Then I actually can't remember where
Yeah,
we went,
I
but
know.
basically, I won't try and repeat the routing. But
So, like,
we just did
Korea,
Japan, Hong Kong,
China,
Shanghai,
Wow.
Malaysia, Singapore,
Yeah.
and Thailand.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh my god.
I feel like that was
I
it.
think
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, all the major cities. Wow. Like, how does that work? The routing? Did you have to drive or
yeah.
fly?
So much
to
flying.
We flew from Australia,
Yeah.
all of our gear and stuff to Korea, which was the first show. But it kind of doesn't work like US touring where you can just drive or be in a bus. You have to fly every
show.
And all your
show,
equipment.
which is for us it was maybe I think the tour was 12 days long, but I remember all of us were just like so tired and sore after the tour because like
Yeah.
I mean you have to deal with like
Customs.
international customs.
Yeah.
It's not just like a domestic flight where you can just walk straight out the door.
Yeah.
You have to go and check in all your gear every morning, and it's like waking up at like 5, 6 a.m. going to the airport and then checking your gear in.
And-
but it was so worth it.
And all the
though.
countries are totally different as
Yeah.
far as so.
completely different cultures.
Yeah, cultures,
weather,
their governments are
climate.
different. Yeah.
Oh,
We
yeah.
were like in Korea and it was snowing, and then like
Oh my gosh.
in Malaysia and it's like
40 degrees.
Yeah, you had to pack for like every single kind of weather. Like it
Wow.
was so crazy. Yeah.
That's
So when you play a country like Malaysia, and is the crowd there singing all your lyrics back to you, and
Yeah.
that must be
So,
pretty
yeah.
crazy because it's everything you're singing is in English.
It's
Surreal.
pretty such like a surreal thing, and it's like I don't know, when people, especially like in Do Right, when you don't have to sing and people are just singing it back to you, like that's a crazy feeling as well. Just like Yeah.
Put the mic.
Yeah,
It's like take a jump. Like just
That's amazing.
Yeah.
crazy.
Pretty crazy feeling.
Have you guys hit up Troye Sivan's, like, being here? Like, hey, I'm here on Twitter.
I haven't.
Did you guys have a chance to meet him ever, or no, or just the one experience?
No, we
I
haven't
feel like
met
we've
him.
just missed each other a few times.
Yeah.
But yeah, nah, that would be so cool if we could say hi to him. Thank you for that tweet.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy how that can
Yeah.
happen. Like one person can that has that
Yeah.
big of an audience can send one thing out, and it kind of
Yeah.
just connects to more
So
people.
crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's insane. Well, what's next for you guys? You're on tour. Are you on tour supporting this record, or you have a new record coming out?
Yeah, at the moment we're playing most of the songs off that record.
Okay.
Love
And a few oldies as well, because we only
And one new song as well.
and one new song as
Oh,
well. So I
cool.
guess we're constantly working on new music since we started this tour, and then we're starting to get ready to start rlicing that music.
Oh, so you have stuff in the bag that you haven't put out yet?
Yeah.
That you've already recorded?
Always.
Yeah. Love it. Nice.
We're all actually moving to LA in August. So
Really?
Oh,
Wow.
move across the water.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Are you excited for that?
I think at first I was kind of scared, but because you live in a country for so long, and
Sure.
it almost feels like a massive change from where you were. But
Uh-huh.
it's kind of exciting now because I feel like we've all experienced the area a lot and written a lot. And it feels like a really good place to be for the next step for Glades.
Yeah.
So yeah, it feels good now.
Yeah, we've got quite a few friends here now, which is really nice as well.
Sure.
So it doesn't feel like we're coming in to a country and not knowing anyone.
Anything,
Just the three of us.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's what it
And-
was like when we first started coming here.
Yeah. It was kind of funny because yesterday we played in LA and we'd been away for a month, and we drove in and we were actually we feel really happy to be back, we're at
Yeah.
home again.
We know these streets.
You can
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
started recognizing stuff.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's really cool. Well, congratulations on all your success and
Thank you
Thanks
so
so
much.
moving here to the States. One more question for you. Do you have any advice for aspiring artists?
That's a good one. I would say go for it. You never know what is around the corner. I guess in our situation, we were just, really naive at the start. We just didn't know what was going to happen to us. And, we just wanted to create music because we love creating music, and just kept doing what we were doing. And then it kind of just connected. And then, so just go for it, I'll say.
Cool.
Yeah. I feel like just know what you want to say and put something good out in the world, I guess. Yeah. But it's cool. It's cool if you have something that you want to say and you know what you want to say and put that in your music. So it's cool. Yeah.
I guess I have to say something. I'd say you got to find people that will kick down doors for you, for your team. You want people that will be there with you even when you don't have the hit.
Yeah.
You want to get people that believe in you from the start, not just when the wagon's already moving.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I really like it.